Fellow Nigerians, we elected President Buhari to govern Nigerians. No matter how he feels about Igbo, democracy requires somebody. If democracy and the benefits of democracy can be actualized, you have to follow rule of law. No matter how impatient, no matter how militant, it takes a lot of guts and wisdom to follow rule of law. Why? Because even if you have a desire like Mugabe to be on the seat forever, we are meant to expire. When you die, somebody else gets in there. So it is imperative that you create a good record so that somebody who comes after you can build on it. That's how nations are built. So no matter how impatient you are, you must endeavor to follow the rule of law. I admire the Attorney General when he challenged Nnamdi Kanu's bail. And he documented his utterances. He documented his featuring in crowd as grounds for revocation of that bail. What made Buhari's government to feel that the court would not rule in their favor? Do you know how much we could have saved as a society by waiting for the court to rule? That court, if they don't rule in your favor, you could go on appeal. That's how democracy works. You get him rearrested, you put him back in jail, and continue to run your country. The military adventure we had in Umuahia, and the jubilation I see in some section of the country, is kind of childish, because it brought us back. It was Nnamdi Kanu. I don't even know. You guys are giving him too much credit. So, because of Nnamdi Kanu, the armored vehicle that you just bought recently, that some of us thought would be used in fighting Boko Haram, was dispatched to Umuahia. And the military, Nigerian military, an institution that belongs to the country, the present chief of army staff or defense staff, they will eventually go, and somebody else will stand on that seat. Even if you say that perpetually it will be my brother, at some point God will make you won't have a brother. It will be somebody else. That's why it is imperative that it doesn't take advanced intelligence to know that you must nurture a military as an national institution. No matter how the urge, what the urge is, don't privatize it. Don't make it a kitchen cabinet. Don't make it a tribal army. Because if you do, that's the failure. That will be the beginning of the failure of the country as a nation. So to send that army, a national institution, to go and hunt down a civilian in a celebrated, what was missing in their arsenal was intercontinental missile. Other than intercontinental missile, to go after Nnamdi Kanu, I saw jet fighters. I saw armored vehicles. I saw the ship was even sent to Port Harcourt. Well, have you, as a conservative leader that you claim you are, have you sat down and analyzed the costs? A country in depression. And I'm speaking now to people like Tinubu, educated minds, like Sanusi. Why wouldn't, if you really so badly need to arrest Nnamdi Kanu, why wouldn't you ask the commissioner of police to pick him up? That would be cheaper. That would be easy. So the West is unjustifiable. And the celebration is unjustifiable because we are living in a very volatile African environment. The oil we sell has markets. The Europeans we deal with, including Britain, they join sides, not out of love, but out of interest. If another section of that country can find another interest that will be willing to sponsor in order to cash out at the other end, you will have confrontation. And the people who will be fighting you will not necessarily be unarmed, stick-throwing Igbo boys. If you go to Port Harcourt Wharf, you can see that the people who are buying most of our oil are international crooks. In order to sustain their market, they can sell weapons to a group to get direct access to cheap oil. So when you hunt these unemployed youths into their hands, they will find a team, a partner. The crooks that come with oil tankers, if you chase unemployed Igbos into their hands, they will find willing partners. And Nigeria will burn. So, I want you guys to stop laughing and jubilating that you go to Umuayata. Can't you look ahead? Are you guys so myopic that you don't look beyond your immediate environment? Come on. I'm very disappointed. Really. And to correct this situation, if you do take advice, because I'm not omnipotent, I take advice. Speak to Modo or Haneze. Don't call it restructuring, but have the willingness to govern all Nigerians. I wouldn't tell Igbos to beg you to be governed fairly. I would not. I would not. And if you're expecting that, then I don't want to cause you up. If you're expecting Igbos to come on their knees to beg you to belong to the country, then that's a sad development. Okay? But remember that these are unemployed youths that are being gone down and people are celebrating it. The ones who are not gone down could become a cachet for international criminals who are looking for a place to pitch their tent. And I don't want that to happen to Nigeria, because I know that we have many problems. But I also believe that if we can reduce political corruption and reinvest that money, that our economy can improve for everybody. if we can reduce insecurity, and if we can institutionalize our army so that they know what their role is. Within the same army, we have ambitious people, who are going there to make it overnight. If everybody is in the make it overnight gear, we will never be civilized. Because if everybody is in the make it overnight gear, then the pharmacist will be selling poison instead of tablets, Tylenol. The doctors will be yanking out uterus instead of safe delivery. And the presidents and senators will continue to go to England, where people who treat you thumb their nose or sometimes close their nose when they get close to you. Okay? So, making it overnight is not the way. Let's work together, create a country where our youth will have a sense of belonging. No politician is thinking that way as of now. And that's where I'm hurt by the chief of staff army. Because I thought that he would be spending his energy to push politicians into doing the public service for which they were elected. The chief of staff army has a lot of power, but he is using it childishly. Can't you see how much the politicians are costing the economy? And instead of putting pressure in that angle, you use your latest jet to go to hunt Nkano down. It is a shame. You guys are not celebrating. You are celebrating, but I am not. I'm really very disappointed. Thank you.